says about this defense? There hadn't been a 100-yard rusher or a receiver this deep into the season. Is that one of the things you guys talked about early in the year, is wanting to see what you could do in those departments?
Yeah, for sure, and just execution. Just says we're executing at a really high level. And speaking of talent that we went against and we're about to go against this week, and further in the season, it just means the execution, the game plan, the things that Dan's doing to mix things up. And it goes to show how good our corners have been this year. It just shows we're playing really lights-out football right now.
Sam Howell has been sacked 51 times, most in the NFL. Is that something you look at as more opportunity for you?
I don't really look at that. I feel like we just got to capitalize and go out there and play. Because Sam Howell's been one that has some of the most pass attempts, some of the most yards in the NFL. And against us, he might give the ball off the most. You just never know how they're going to play us. And we've seen that quite a lot over the years of teams switching up game plans, switching up strategies because of who they're playing against. So it's not a stat sheet you could bank on.
You shotgun and C4 before the game? You gonna shotgun some C4 before the game?
I don't know. My dosage got to be smaller for sure.
You're not giving it up. You just,
I think I might have to go away from C4, maybe try something else. Maybe. Like, I got to see. I got to do some research.
I'm mixing it, not just doing the powders.
Yeah, I'm going to have to mix it too. That for sure.
I know you've already played a couple of Thanksgivings in your career, but is it still cool to be playing on a holiday when, families are together and watching?
Yeah, I think I've been playing pretty good on Thanksgiving too. That might be my type of game. I like when certain family members are in town. It gives you something to look for, especially some of my uncles and stuff, because they're in the military and things like that, and you don't get to see them as much. So I always, and my uncles are funny, so as a kid, I always wanted them to come to my games. And they was like, man, if I'm coming, my nephew just got to be good. I ain't going to waste my time. So anytime they came, I made sure I put on show. And he's like, and everyone's like, oh, who's that? He's like, yeah, that's my nephew. That's my nephew. So, that's dating back to, like, when I was so young. It's always been a privilege and a pleasure to play for him. And one of my uncles is extremely good luck. So I was like, man, what you doing for Thanksgiving? Like, he's like, I don't know. I said, why don't you come out? He's like, can't afford it. I said, don't worry about it. I sent them flights over. I said, you'll be there. So Marcel, he's actually the one that I was about to give him the football for the Jets game. So I might have to get me a Forrest Fumble so I can finally give him the football. So that lets you know he's some good luck for sure.
What's your record with him as far as sacks or wins, or have you been keeping track of
Yeah,
that?
I actually got about 8 sacks from him in attendance. We're 4-1. He came to the Niners game. I said, damn, your luck must have ran out. And then, oh, no, we're about 4-2. We lost against the Eagles. He came to the Eagles game, but I definitely did have a sack with him. So on the sack side, we're good. He's about 50-50 right now. But his track record is good, though.
I don't know why you're settling for a fumble. I mean, Duran has 4 touchdowns this year.
Yeah.
So you've got some catching up to do.
I gotta get in the end zone, huh? Yeah, that's next up for sure. That's next up.
Will they be in that same suite that you were looking for at the Jets game?
Yeah, he'll be in the same suite.
Okay.
You guys aren't lacking for motivation for this game. It's a division rival. It's Thanksgiving. But considering how things went in Week 17 last year, does that give you guys added motivation, try to get some payback on your field?
No, and that's last year's stuff. We went through it last year. I just think this is a really good team. You turn on the tape, they've been close to beating the Eagles. Fell short just by a little bit. It could have went either way. The Giants game, I don't even really count that because of the amount of turnovers between running backs and quarterback, how many turnovers it has. The Seahawks game was down to a wire. So this is a team that can be in a positive any given way. They remind me a lot of the Chargers, a really good team that's that's splitting, not to coaching, but just the ball just don't roll to your side sometimes. So this is a team that could and should be on a positive track with the amount of talent they have. So it's a team that we need to take very, very seriously, and just that should be enough motivation as it is.
In regards to this short week, probably your rookie year, people are telling you what to do and what to expect, but sometimes you don't know until you really know and have been through it. So how has your regimen changed for this Thanksgiving week in terms of the short turnaround?
Yeah, I probably didn't do enough. I mean, this week I was in there about an hour early trying to roll out, stretch, talking about how sore I am. I'm putting, oils on my body, getting massages and IVs and stuff to try to hurry up. They call it the 40. Got the 40 in my hand. About to drown this right now. So, because I walk around, because I bring like these big boxes of these things in, and they say it's built like a 40. And like, oftentimes I just be like, see, it's like, so it's the Mountain Valley water. So, as long as I got a couple 40s that I'm about to drown real quick, I'll be all good. So,
You asked your uncle about drinking 40s?
Nah, we don't drink no 40s.
What?
Not the real 40. We don't drink no.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Happy Thanksgiving.